Hi, this is Kim Watson of Easy Trader. Welcome to a review of the key economic news releases coming out in the week ahead. Okay, Greece remains in the limelight, no real surprises there. We're hoping at some point we're going to see some sort of settlement. It remains the key trigger to how the euro and the euro dollar, etc., will roll out in the coming weeks and maybe months. We've also got some big stories in terms of the ECB minutes. We've got the US FOMC minutes, UK MPC minutes, and the Australian minutes, and the Bank of Japan decision, interest rate decision, which is very often not much of a mover actually in terms of real key stories. But here we go. Let's have a look at Monday. Monday Eurogroup meeting. The special meeting continues. It's an all-dayer. As I say, hoping to see something coming out of that meeting. It looks like that both parties are going to give up or compromise in some ways. The word troika may be removed, but at the end of the day, Germany wants to take a tough stance and needs to take seems to be taking a tough stance. Greece, on the other hand, also wants to take a tough stance. So it looks like it's going to be a very tough meeting, but there may be some movement. Anything positive that comes out of this could see the euro flying up. You've got to remember the euro's been hammered down. It's sitting pretty low for quite some time now, and this sort of action and the problems with this has been sitting over the euro, yet it's been consolidating. So any good news could see some big rallies. Looking in the afternoon, well, I say the afternoon, it affects our trading in the afternoon. We've got the US bank holiday, so it's President's Day, so we could see the afternoon trading volumes dropping off. But we could see, with the Eurogroup meeting going on, we could still see some quite high volatility. Looking ahead to Tuesday, we've got the Australian minutes out. Key thing here will be looking to see if they're looking to suggest that there could be further cuts. This will be a sort of a clear guidance. Further cuts may suggest that the Aussie dollar will lose more strength, and we'll see a continuation of the downward trend there. UK, we've got the GDP figures, the CPI figures coming out at 9:30. Now, we had the inflation rate meeting last week, which suggested that inflation will start dropping. So it's probably not going to give us too much of movement on this particular occasion. Quite often when we get the inflation report out and the CPI follows a few days later, there's not a lot of absolute movement. However, it can be a biggish mover. But last time we saw about a 28 pip move, I think it was. Yes, 28 pips on a 0.2 surprise. Any positive figures coming out here slightly higher than expected, and we could see the pound take off and rally. Later on then, we got the German ZEW economic sentiment. The German figures will lead the European zone in a sense here. We're looking for figures above 50. However, it needs not just to be German led, it needs to be showing signs across the whole of Europe. So it'll be a key figure, but the German figure itself has been given very small movement of late, of around about 7 pips. Any significant change to that in the current situation may give us a little bit more volatility. Moving ahead to Wednesday, and we've got two key UK figures coming out here. We've got the employment report, should I say, fraudulent slip there. Now, it's a couple of things to be watching here. Most important thing really is wage inflation, and that will be the sort of key figure that the market will work to. If it looks like wage inflation is increasing, then we could see the pound rally once again. And in the minutes, and there's not expected to be any surprises here. The voting is expected to come in as was forecast, so it's very unlikely we're going to see any very weak comments, or should I say dovish comments, coming out from this meeting. If anything, we will be looking for anything that's looking a little bit more towards the hawkish side. So anything that's looking like it could be pushing up and an interest rate increase coming sooner rather than later. Then in the evening we got the US FOMC minutes. Again, there'll be an expectation that there's not going to be too much of a change here, and there'll be talk of interest rates coming halfway through this year possibly. Thursday gives us the ECB policy minutes. Now these are slightly different this time. They should be a little bit more detailed rather than the gloss that normally comes there. It's still expected there'll be more towards the sort of FOMC type minutes where you don't actually name the particular country, but it sort of refers to a group or some, or it's the terminology changes slightly. But it's already been suggested, and the thing with the ECB meetings that come out when Draghi speaks, so often he gives a lot of this data anyway, and the German members opposed the decision on quantitative easing. That's no major surprise. So there's a lot of factors that have already out there. So it'll be interesting to see if we get any real volatility around this. Finally, Friday, we got the European flash manufacturing services for the French and German figures coming out 8:30, and then the final figures coming out later in the morning for the whole of Europe. Again, the French figures have been pretty poor of late. Any positive surprises there will give the euro a bit of a kick, and the German figures have been running up a little bit better anyway. So it's really whether the French figures can give us a bit of a shine there. And later in the morning, we've got the UK retail sales figures coming out. We saw these slip in January, and well, the markets are really for the sorry, should I say the January report referring to December. We're looking at the January figures this time. Now it's expected that there'll be a slight decline of about 0.1. Again, we've seen sort of 20 pip moves around this. Not the most biggest news event at the moment, and I think the earlier events during the week will probably take precedent over this anyway. Okay, that's it for me. Hope you have a great day. Bye for now.